In this video, I'm going to talk about new functionality within the Planner application. Now, I'm in Microsoft 365 application, so I'm navigated into office.com and I'm in Microsoft 365 application. And from here, if you navigate to the app launcher, then you will find one application called as Planner. Now, what is a planner? Planner is an application within Microsoft 365 which allows you to create a plan in a more visual way. Now, there are many project management tools available within Microsoft ecosystem, namely Microsoft Project Plan or Microsoft uh, Planner, Microsoft To Do, and then there are like other applications related to Dynamics 365 customer service like Project Service Operations as well. Now, uh, for Planner application, now it is available as a part of Microsoft 365 Plan. So if you navigate to Microsoft 365 pricing for enterprise and pricing for business, you will see the applications of Planner available within this queue. So I'm in Microsoft.com website, and from here, if you see, there are like plans like E3, E5, F3, and for all this plan, you will find this component Microsoft Planner over here, right? So it is available as a part of enterprise application. So it is part of Microsoft 365 E3, E5, F5. And if you navigate to Office 365, now within Office 365 as well, you should be able to see Planner application in many of the SKUs. So if you see here, Microsoft Planner, and Microsoft Planner. So if you want Microsoft Planner, then you need to have Office 365 E1, E3, E5, or you need to have an E3, E5 from Microsoft 365 planning SKU perspective. And it is available for frontline applications as well. Now, I'm in Admin Center. Now, in Admin Center, there is no specific license available for Planner. It comes as a part of Microsoft 365 subscription, enterprise subscription. Now, in order to navigate to the planner, what you need to do, you need to just click on this app launcher and then click on Planner. Now, the moment you click on Planner, you will be landing in a Planner application. Now, here you can collapse and expand the menu. On the left hand side, you will see a couple of action items like new plan, hub, assigned to me. So whenever you want to create a new plan, you just click on new plan, and then a set of dialog appears whereby you can either create a new blank plan. So if I create a new blank plan, then it will ask me for some more information like what is the name of your plan. So take for example, if I'm planning for say one project, say project Sydney website. So if this is one of the project, I can either add this plan to an existing Microsoft 365 group which is available within my tenant, or maybe I just leave it as it is. From a privacy perspective, I can make this public or a private. Let me keep it as private, and then I'll click on create. So what we are essentially doing is we are creating a plan which is a blank plan set. So as you see over here, there is not much items available. So because I'm not using the template, and that's why it is a blank slate, and then from here I can do various planning. Now, there is an other way. If you want to have some sort of a predefined task available within your system, then you need to have, you can make use of the templates like simple plan, project management, software development, business plan, employee onboarding. So like this, you can select a template. So if I select this template, say project management, and I'll call this as maybe Brisbane bus project, and I can either add this to an existing group, or maybe and then I'll select the privacy as either public or private. So I'll select private and I'll click on create. Now here I'm creating a plan from a template. So there will be predefined schema, there might be a predefined task available. Now this is how the planner application looks like. So in order to get more realistic, I'll just click collapse and expand. Now here you can see the pinned item, see the recommended item, and you can see the all items. Okay, so these are the set of projects which you have already created within the planner. Now, if you want to pin this project, you can just click on pin, and then the moment you click on pin, this will be available in the pinned section. Now, from here, if you see this three icon, you can unpin this application. Okay, so if I unpin it, this will go away from pinning. Let me pin this up, and then I'll just minimize it. Now, just to explain it to you, what does this indicate? Now, let's go into a good view. Now, this is a board view, which is like kind of a Kanban board. But if you want to have a tabular kind of a structure, there is an option over here which is grid. So this is like a new functionality being added in the planner application. So if I click on grid, then you will see a tabular kind of a view for all the task which is available. Now there are some set of tasks available as a part of the template which we have selected, but if you want to add more, then you can just click on add new task and then you can start typing. So I'll just start typing bus management review. So this is one of the tasks, and then from here what I can do is like I can assign it to a person. So I'll assign it to, say, myself, Girish Uppal. Okay, so I've assigned this task to myself. Now I need to add one more task, so I'll just say bus audit review. So, and I know audit will be done by my colleague Alex. So I'll just type Alex's name over here. So I can select Alex. And now, as you see over here, this plan is created by you, but then you are adding Alex into the plan. That means that Alex is part of this project. If Alex is part of this project and if you have assigned a task to Alex, then but obvious Alex would like to act on that task, and that's why Alex would need permission. So with the click of this button, you can assign and add Alex to the plan. Now I've just added Alex to this plan, and the first task I've added myself, second task I've added Alex. Now in planner, you can assign a task to multiple users as well. So if I select Adele's name over here, then and if I click on assign and add, then what essentially I've done, I've added this bus audit review task to two person. So you can even do that, you can add it to more than one person. Start date for this particular task is, say, 25th of the 5th, and it will end on 28th of the June. Now the buckets, by default, that is initiation, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling. So I'll keep it initiating, and this task has not started. However, the bus management review task, which is supposed to be started by today and ended by 28th, and it has gone into a planning stage. So I can change the status over here. There are a couple of tasks which you will see over here. If you select this button over here, this means you're marking this task as complete. So let me mark a couple of tasks as complete, and then that task will be striked off from your planner. Now, there are other things which you can do within the work item. So if I double click on this bus management review, okay, if I want to see more option, I can click on open details. So if I click on open details, then I can add a lot of other things. If I want to close the task, I can click on this mark task as complete. If I want to assign more people, I can select this and then I start adding user's name. I can even tag this task or add a label. So if this task is maybe awaiting approval, or if this task is related to, say, green color or for my status, or maybe something else, I can select that particular color as well as a part of the label. Now this will help you categorize this task in the future. Bucket, there are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing as a part of this template. So you can select these buckets. Status is it is in progress, maybe priority, medium, urgent, important. So let me mark this task as urgent and start date, due date as that. I can even make this task repetitive. I can make this task as daily, weekly, monthly, or I can customize it as per my need. And I'll just put in some description on this task. Okay, so this is something I've just put. Now there is a checklist item. So if this task is will require some sort of checklist to be verified, then I can do that. So I'll just say identify process, and I'll just say check schedule list, document bus route. So I can put this checklist as a part of this particular task. Okay, and I can individually mark this checklist as complete once it is done. So I can mark a couple of items checklist as done, and it will accordingly show you that checklist 2 achieved out of 3. And you can even show on card, or you can uncheck that option. You can even add an attachment. So if I want an attachment or document to be added as a part of this, I can do that. I can attach it from a computer, from team files, or a link to a URL. If I attach it from some computer, then I'll select some file. So that's I've uploaded an image file. I can upload anything, any documentation, and I can put my comments over here, some comments. Okay, so this is we are just adding this item, so we can add comments iteratively. We can trace who has added those comment. Any user can comment on this, so I'll just put comment 2, and then this gets recorded over here with the help of date timestamp. Even Microsoft 365 suggests you that you add this document as a part of the project planning. So it has suggested some item. So if I think that, okay, XX1 is a document related to the bus review or bus audit planning, I'll click on add, and then this will get added in this documentation. If I want to see more, it will give you a complete list as well. So this is how you basically add this record. Now, if you see over here, there is three dots. So here you can copy the task, you can move the task. When you say move the task means changing the bucket. So if I click on move task, and if I say the bucket name is not planning, it is basically monitoring and controlling, then it will accordingly move this task to this correct bucket. Other options, what I can do, I can copy the link to the task. So I'll click on copy link to task, and if I paste this task URL, then it will automatically take you to that item. Okay, so that's copy link to task. I can delete the task which I don't want to do that. Copy task, so copy task will create a replica of that. So if I click on copy task, then I'll say, oh, this is bus management review, but then this is, I'll say, train management review. So if it is something similar, you can copy the task. It will copy the plan name, bucket name, and you can include whether you want to copy the assignment or progress or dates or description or checklist. So I'm copying everything. I don't want the assignment to be copied because I'm going to assign it to someone else. So I'll just make a copy of it. So now what has happened in the back end, it has added one more task related to bus management review task. It is called as a train management review. So if you see over here, train management review has been added. However, it has not added the assignment. So I will assign it to someone else. So maybe this time I'll assign it to, say, Lee Gu, and then I'll click on assign and add, and that's it. So this is how I basically use the copy task. Now there are multiple views which you can view. Now this is in a grid view. You can view the board view. Now board view is basically showing you the buckets like initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Now why it is showing group by buckets? Because it is group by buckets. Now if I change this group by bucket to group by assigned to, then it will show you user per se. So this task is assigned to Girish, this is assigned to Adele, this is assigned to Alex, and this is how to Ligu, and there are a lot of unassigned tasks. Okay, so this is how you basically structure. Now I can group by progress as well. So if I see that there are many tasks which is in not started stage, there are a couple of tasks in progress, and there are three tasks which is in completed state. So this is how you view group by progress. Group by due date will give you three options: what is available next week, what is there for the future, and what in which you do not have a date. So if you see over here, assigned responsibility does not have a date. So what you can do, you can click on assigned responsibility and you can assign a due date. So maybe I'll just put 25th as a due date, and the moment you do that, it will be added into the future date. Okay, so this is so basically you see over here, for tomorrow assigned responsibility exists. Now if you want to see report monthly status also for tomorrow, you can put the due date as maybe 25th, and if you see over here, you have changed the due date to 25th. So like this you can change date for any of the items in the planner. Now you can group by labels. So you have a lot of labels. You can scroll down and see there's awaiting approval green, awaiting review light blue, and you can also group by priority. So this is how you basically categorize urgent task, important task, medium task, and low task. On the top you will see users who are part of this plan. So initially it was just me, but then I've added Alex, I've added Adele, and then I've added Lee, because these people are members of my project, and then they are going to execute the project. Then if you see, we can have charts as well. So if you want to see the status of what is the status of the task, you can easily see there are almost 10 tasks left. 8 has not been started, 2 is in progress, and 3 has been completed. Okay, so it will give you that task status. Also it will give you a bucket list of based on status, like initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing, and then how many tasks exist on basis of that. Now this is an interactive list. So if I just click on the tiles over here, then it will just give me an information, kind of a like a tooltip. It will show me monitoring and controlling has two in progress tasks, and monitoring and controlling has one completed task. Also, on the right hand side, you will see some information. So if you see, this is urgent task, important task, medium task, low task, and completed task. So if I want to see how many tasks are completed, I can see quickly see from here. Okay, so it's in a tabular kind of a view on the right hand side, and then accordingly you have a visual interface of like a graph or a chart on the left hand side. Now, other things what you can do, there is a schedule option. So you can actually see from a calendar view perspective how are the tasks placed. So say take for example, if I pick up any task, a report monthly status. Okay, so if I mark this task between say start date as say 28th of May and due date as 8th of August, then if you see report monthly status, the date would be changed. And if I assign it to say Ligu, and if you go into the schedule task, then you will actually see report monthly status starting from here, and then it is spreading across the entire June month, and it will spreading across entire July month as well. And if you see from an August perspective, it is ending on 8th of the August, 8th August. So this is how you can view the schedule. You can even hide the future recurring task if you do not want to see the recurring task over here, like report monthly status is a recurring task. And if you want to view report monthly task, which is a recurring task, if you want to see the series, like how it is placed, it is getting repeated monthly. Okay. Now you can even mark this task as repeating daily, and then this task will be repeating daily for that specific day of the month. So like this you can configure. Now you can view the week wise as well as month wise status, what is happening within the task. And if you click on a specific task, so if I click on report monthly status, then you can actually navigate to that specific task as well. Let's see what are the other options. You have conversation, you have members, you have files, notebook, and site. So if I click on members, then I should be able to see how many members are part of this particular plan. Okay, so it will take you to Outlook application, and then from there, here you will see how many people are members of that particular group, because when you create a plan, it actually creates a private group, which is a Brisbane project group. And then from here you will actually see how many members exist, what is the description of this group, and what are the apps connected to this particular group. Now going back to the planner, if you click on files, then it will take you to the SharePoint site, whereby you can store all the documentation related to the project. Now remember, we added this one attachment, DL page 2 for one of the tasks. Now it gets stored over here. Similarly, if you go into say any of the tasks, say if I go to assign responsibility task over here, so let me navigate to this task. If I click on open details, and if I click on add attachment, and let me add DL page or maybe maytheme.xml as an attachment, then if you see here in the SharePoint document library, if I just refresh it, then you should be able to see the attachment. So all the attachments get stored in a centralized document library belonging to that particular group. Other things what you can do is let me close this, and there are other things. We can navigate to the SharePoint site, we can unpin the site, we can copy the plan, we can make a replica of this plan. So if I click on copy plan, then I can actually create a replica of this plan. So if I want to use the Brisbane bus project as an example for say Adelaide bus project, I can copy this entire plan, and then I can even copy to a specific group. Say if I have already created say some group, or maybe if I create a new group, and I'll call this as a maybe a new group, and then it's a private group, I can put some description over here. Okay, and I can decide what I want to copy. I want to copy the priority, dates, description, checklist, labels, etc. I'll click on copy plan. So what it will gonna do, it will create another planner plan. Okay, so if you see on the left hand side, you should be able to see a plan which we have just created. It will get created. Okay, so let me navigate to hub, and if you see in the hub, we have this Adelaide bus project. So it has technically created this plan copied the entire task, copied the schema which we have asked them, and then it has created this plan. Other options, what we can do, we can copy the plan which we have seen, we can export the plan to Excel. So let me export this plan to Excel. Now if I open this plan in Excel application, then it will have the task ID, it will have the task name, bucket name, progress, priority, assigned to, created by, and lot of other columns over here. So you can actually dump this entire planner plan in an Excel. There is another tab called as plan name, which will give you a summary of the plan name, date of export, and the plan ID, which is like a unique identifier reference. Also, here there is an option to add plan to Outlook calendar. Now, what is an Outlook calendar? So in the Outlook, so if I'm in Outlook, so if you navigate to outlook.office365.com, here you have your own calendar, right? Like you have your own calendar. So it is connected to your Exchange server, which is like a Microsoft 365 mail management system. Now, if you go to the planner over here, and if you say, I want to add this plan to my Outlook calendar, okay, so then what happens? There is an option. It will say, don't publish, keep it private, or you publish, share with anyone. And then there is an option called as add to Outlook. Now, the moment I click on add to Outlook, what it will do, it will create a calendar. And then with that calendar, like with the calendar would be named as planner at late bus project, you can select whatever color you want, you can select whatever charm you want, and you can either add to my calendar or add to other calendar. So let me add it to other calendar, and you click on import. Now what we have done, we have technically created a calendar in our Outlook. So how do you want to, if you want to view it, what you can do, you can navigate to your Outlook. So I'm in the mail section, I'll navigate to the calendar, and then from here under other calendar you will see planner Adelaide. Okay, so if I just show you this, if I just select this, then you should be able to see all the task item in a scheduled format in your Outlook. So like this you can do that kind of a linkages. So any change you make, that will be reflected in your Outlook as well. Now we have seen a lot of things. If you click on plan settings, then you can actually rename the plan name. You can even see the group name, group description. You can make the group public and private. You can set up notifications. So if anything changes within your plan, like if someone assigns a task to me, I want the notification, so I can make this tick. If some task is assigned to me which is late or due today or due in the next 7 days, I will get an email. Okay, so I can put those notification on. I know it sometimes it becomes quite annoying, but then if it's a good feature to have those tasks notified you if there is any task coming up in the near future. And we can even send email to the group when a task is assigned or completed. Now one good feature I've seen, that if you want to put some background on your plan, you can select various backgrounds. So if you put this background, look how nice it looks very nice. So there are multiple options which you can see around, and you can play around with this particular plan. This one is my favorite, and you can pick and choose whatever things you want. And then once you're done with the plan, what you can do is, like once this project is completed, you can either keep that plan in your planner, or maybe you can go ahead and delete this plan. Now if I delete this plan, you need to put an statement over here. It says, I understand this plan, and all of the tasks will be permanently deleted. And if you click on delete, then it will technically remove all the plan, all the items within that plan, and then it's all gone. So like this you can explore this planner application. So Microsoft has made a lot of investment in this. Microsoft has given new functionality, new features, and now this planner looks much better compared to what it was like 6 months before. So that's it, folks. This is all about the planner application. Do explore this application. It's a amazing tool. It's a simple tool. It's not complicated project management, but it's a simple project management, but with a lot of good features in it. Thanks for watching.